Dear students, let us discuss some more details about Mathematica software or Wolfram Cloud app. First, we discuss how to expand the expressions, how to simplify them, how to factorize polynomials, etc. So, command is expand. Again, first letter E is capital. Arguments are in square bracket. Then let us give input of some expression. Say x minus 2 raised to 5 into 4x minus, let us write 4x square minus 3x minus 5 raised to 10. Okay. Let us execute. Okay, so this is the expansion of this expression. Okay. So Mathematica is very useful in expanding such complicated expressions. We can simplify the expressions also. Okay. If we use simplify and just put this expression, okay, then we get actual equation back. We can factorize polynomials. Let us see the factorization of x raised to 10 minus 1. Okay, this is factorization. There are so many related things which can be seen in the Wolfram documentation. Okay. Now let us see. Say x multiplied by y raised to n and run the command. Okay. So same expression is provided as output. Okay, so what we expect? We expect x raised to n multiplied by y raised to n. It is not here. We can use the command power expand for this. Okay, so let us first use expand. If we use expand for this expression, still we are not getting the expected result. So instead of expand, let us use power expand. Okay, now result is as per our expectations, x raised to n into y raised to n. If we are using logarithm, then also this power expand will be useful. Okay, let us see one example. Let us consider the same term xy raised to n. Okay, so if we are writing log of this xy raised to n. Then we expect n into log x plus n into log y. Okay, but it is not given. So what we do, we use power expand. Now this is required result. This was first point about expanding, simplifying, factorization, etc. Next point is solving equations in mathematics. Okay, there are different commands in Mathematica which are very useful. First command is solve. Okay, let us use solve. We can have linear or non-linear algebraic equations. We can also solve system of equations. Let us consider simple quadratic equation, standard quadratic equation. It is a into x square. I'm using star for multiplication. Okay, x square plus b into x plus c equal to 0. Now remember that there should be equal to. Okay, not single equal to symbol. Okay, so when you are using the command solve or nsolve is for numerical solutions, then remember that you should have equal to. Okay, single equal to means assignment. Okay, if I am writing a equal to 4, then it means I am assigning the value 4 to a. Okay, if I am writing a equal to 4, then it means I am checking whether a equal to 4 or not. Okay, that is test thing. Okay, if I am using solve or nsolve thing, then in that equation I need this equal to. Okay, this is syntax in mathematics. Okay, so here comma x. So what is general syntax? General syntax is command solve, s is capital followed by square bracket, then write down equation, use equal to, then put comma, and then write name of variable. Okay, and run. This is your answer. This is standard formula for finding roots of quadratic equation. Okay, minus b plus or minus square root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, let us consider solving system of equations. Okay, solve. Now if I am having system of equation, then I should put that system of equation in a list, means in a brace. Okay, so the expression in braces is a list. Let us consider any system of linear equations. So 2x plus 4y minus 8z equal to 0. Second equation, similar. Okay, and third equation, say 2x minus y plus z equal to 1. Okay, so this is first part where we put all the equations, then comma. Second list is list of variables used here. Here we have x, y, and z. Okay, and run. Okay, so this is required answer. X is 2 by 3, y is 1, z is 2 by 3. Okay. Now let us discuss numerical solution of equations. There are two commands which are useful in finding numerical solutions. First command is nsolve. Second is find root. Okay, so let us discuss nsolve. Nsolve has same syntax as solve. Okay, so we may use the same equation. Later on, we consider another example also. So instead of solve, we use nsolve. Nsolve will provide numerical solution. Okay, so 2 by 3 it is approximately 0.666. Okay, y is 1, z is 2 by 3. Okay, again, so this is a numerical solution. We can have some complicated expressions. Okay, so nsolve can be used when we have complicated expressions. Okay, solve is for exact solutions. In general, we may not have exact solution. Okay, so in that case, nsolve will be very useful. Okay, so let us see. We solve some examples of nsolve. N means numerical. Say x raised to 25 minus x raised to 14 plus x, say 2x raised to 5 minus 1 equal to 0 for x. Okay, these are the 25 solutions of this polynomial of degree 25. Okay, some solutions are complex also. I think all these are complex numbers. Okay, so this is by using nsolve. We can check whether solve provides answer for this equation. Okay, solve is still providing solution, but yeah, so actually solve is not providing exact answer. If you put your mouse here, you can see that it is root minus 1 plus 2 hash 1 raised to 5 minus etc. What is this hash 1? Hash 1 is variable. Okay, so what solve is telling us, there are 25 roots. So what are these roots? First, this is a root function. Okay, so it is okay, so same expression is given. Instead of x, it is putting hash 1. Okay, so it is first root of this polynomial. Then if you put here, then it is second root. Okay, and commas 2. So that means second root of this polynomial, third root, etc. Okay, so here you can find approximate roots which are provided by Mathematica. Okay, so this nsolve is more useful in such complicated expressions. That's all. Okay. Let us see another thing, that is find root. Okay, so it has same purpose. That means we find root of equation, polynomial as well as transcendental. Okay, So equation, but we have to provide initial approximation. Okay, so syntax is like this. Let us see one example. Find root. So first we need to provide expression. Say we want to find sine x equal to x. Find x such that sine x equal to x. Sine x equal to x. Then second entry should be a list containing variable name, comma, initial approximation. So where we want to find in the neighborhood of say 2, okay, 100. So this is 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 8, which is approximately 0. Okay, so this provides numerical solution. Okay, let us see some other example. Let us consider another example. Sin x plus e raised to x. Okay, when there is some mistake, then it looks red. Okay, one square bracket is missing. Okay, I mean I forgot to close this square bracket, so it is red. Okay, so this is approximate value of x, which is minus 0.588 for this equation sin x plus e raised to x equal to 0. Okay. In this command find root, it is not necessary to put equal to 0. You can simply put expression and run. Doesn't matter. Okay. This was all about finding solutions of polynomial transcendental equations. Okay. Now let us see list manipulation. We have seen that we can insert a list using braces. Okay, so let us consider a list, say L1 equal to, I'm putting some numbers as well as letters. Okay, so this is list. There are so many operations we can have with this list. We can find length of this list. Let me check. Length of L1. Okay, so there are 9 members of this list. We can operate some function on this list. Okay, for example, we can have e raised to this list L1. Then it is element wise. Operation is element wise. Answer is e means e raised to 1. Then e raised to f, e raised to 98, e raised to 2, etc. Okay. So if we are writing f of L1, then that is also a list so that function f is applied to each element. Okay. Now we can get pieces of this list. Okay, so we can have first of L1 means first element of this list. Similarly, we have last element, command is last of L1. Okay. We can find nth element. Okay, for example, if you want fourth element, then use square bracket 2 times, say L1 of 4. Okay, so fourth element is 2. Okay, we can have elements from 4th to 6th element, for example. Okay, we need to put semicolon. Okay, like this. Say 4 semicolon, say 4 to 8. Sorry, I think they need only one square bracket. The semicolon should be 2 times. 4 semicolon 8. So from 4 to 8 elements are given. If you want 4th element and 8th element, then simply put comma between 4 and 8. Yeah, there should be a list 4 comma 8. Okay. So 4th and 8th element can be obtained using a list containing 4 and 8. Okay. So this is 2 and W, 4th and 8th element. Okay. Now we can join two lists. We can take union. Let us consider list L2, some list containing 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 3. Okay. This is another list. We can find union of these two lists. We can also join these two lists. So what is difference between join and union? Let us see. Join L1, L2. This is answer. Now consider union. Instead of join, let us write union. What is the difference? When we consider union, then repetitions are not considered. Okay. Here 1F98. Okay, it is simply joining second list to first. Okay, so here when first list ends, it just appends next list 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there are repetitions. When we consider union, then it is ordered thing. Repetitions are not considered. It is same union thing which we consider in sets. Okay. Then we can check whether some element is member of that list. Okay, here list is containing very few elements. For example, this contains 9 elements. So we can easily recognize whether some element is member of this L1 or not. Okay, But if we have list containing 20,000 elements, then it is not possible manually to check whether some element is there or not. Okay. In that case, this command is very useful. Command is member queue. Member queue syntax is write down list name and then element name which you want to check. Say L1, comma, say I'm writing B, whether B is element of L1. Answer is false, means it is not member. Let us consider another example. Say L2 and we check whether -3 is there. Answer is true. Okay, so it is there. Now, second important thing is what is position of -3 in that list? Okay, how many times it is occurring in that list? Okay, so these questions can be handled using the commands position, count. Okay, so position, okay, it is at 6th place in L2. -3 is at 6th place in L2. If some element is repeating, let us consider L3 containing repeated elements. Say 1, 2, 3, 1, 6, 1, 5, 1. Okay. Now, let us see position of 1 in L3 is providing all these positions. Okay. Yes. In some cases, we have formula to generate a list. So how to use that formula? For example, elements have some pattern. Element of list are say 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, up to 10 square. Okay. So instead of putting all these members manually, we can use that formula. Okay. Suppose we have list of 1,000 element. Each element is of this form. Say a square of natural numbers. Okay, first 1,000 natural numbers. So it is not possible manually. Okay, so what we use, we need a formula. Okay, so command is table. We can use the command table. Syntax is like this, table. Let us write down formula. Okay, say I'm using variable as I square plus I minus 1. Okay. Now, second entry should be a list. Okay. Containing variable name, starting point and ending point. Say from 0 to 1,000 and run. Okay. So this is executed. This is table of entries following this formula from 0 to 1,000. Okay. I square plus I minus 1. Okay. We can also use we can also have two-dimensional list. Okay, two-dimensional list are nothing but matrices. Okay, so we can have different operations. One-dimensional list means vector. Two-dimensional list means matrix. Okay, so let us see some linear algebra. Okay. Let us form a two-dimensional list using the table command, and then we consider matrix operations also. table. Say now we need two-dimensional list, so we use two variables. Say I square minus j plus 1, for example. Okay. Now we need to mention both the variables I and j. So we will have two lists. First is for I and second is for j. I say from 0 to 3 and j is also from 0 to 3. Whatever you want, you may take. Or let us take 0 to 4. Okay. Okay, so this is two-dimensional list. In a list, elements are again listed. So what is first list? First list is the first row. Okay, comma. Second list means second row of that matrix. Third, etc. Okay. So we can visualize this list as a table or as a matrix. Okay, so command is matrix form of this thing. Let us see. Matrix form. Command is matrix form of this expression. Okay, so in Mathematica software, the percent command is used for previous result. Let us see whether it is available in Wolfram Cloud also. Yes, it is available. Okay, matrix form percent means matrix form of last result. Okay, so this is matrix, required matrix. Okay. Now let us see some operations on vectors and matrices. Okay, so we start with vectors. So let us give input of two vectors. Say u. First vector is u equal to say 1, 2, 3, 4. Second vector is v. Say entries are -2, 0, 4, -7. Okay. These are two vectors. If I am putting semicolon, then when we run, output will not be shown. Okay. Now let us see what is u star v. U star v is element wise multiplication. That means we are multiplying first element in u with first element in v. Okay, 1 into -2, 2 into 0, 3 into 4, and last entry is 4 into -7. Okay. Suppose we want dot product of vectors, then use dot, which is full stop in your keyboard. Okay, so u dot v. U dot v. So this is dot product of these two vectors. You can verify. Okay. We can find norm of vector. We can normalize vector. Okay. So norm of v. This is norm of v. Usual Euclidean norm. We can find normalization. Normalize u. Okay. So in fact, there are so many things. We consider only few of them. Now let us consider product of matrix and vector. Okay. Let us insert some matrix, say A. A equal to. Now how to insert matrix? Again, it is two-dimensional list. Okay. In a list, elements should be lists. Okay, so in this list, first element is a list whose entries are saying 8 minus 2 3. Okay, this is first row. Second row is again a list 0 1 2. Third is 1 minus 3 7. Okay, this is matrix A. Now let us find A into U. So we use A dot U. A dot U is product of, let us let me check. Sorry, U is 4-dimensional, so we cannot take this product. So let me insert some other vector, say U1, which is 3-dimensional vector, or maybe I will take W. Okay, W is 5 minus 2 1. Okay, now we can have product of A and W. Okay, A dot W. This is product of matrix A and vector W. Okay. We can find determinant of matrix, eigenvalues, eigenvectors, inverse, and so on. Okay, so many things, matrix operations are there. And commands are again user friendly. To find determinant, command is det. Det of A is determinant of A. We can find inverse of A. Let us call this matrix as B. Okay, let us define B equal to inverse of A. Okay, now let us take product of A and B. A dot B. This is identity matrix. We can verify that B is really inverse of A. Similarly, B into A is identity matrix. Okay. Eigenvalues. Eigenvalues of A. Okay. Actually, we need to find numerical expressions. So we put n and then square bracket n of eigenvalues of A. Okay. So these are eigenvalues 8.9, 4.8, 2.1. Okay. We can find trace, we can find transpose. Okay. We can find eigenvectors, characteristic polynomial. Let us find eigenvectors. Eigenvectors. There is eigensystem also, which will provide eigenvalues as well as eigenvectors. Okay. So here we find eigenvectors of A. Again, we use numerical n of. Okay, so these are 3 eigenvectors. Then let us find out transpose, then characteristic polynomial. TR is for trace of matrix A, then transpose, command is transpose. We can also find characteristic polynomial. Let us find characteristic polynomial of B. Sorry, we need to mention variable numbers. Say x. Okay. So this is characteristic polynomial of. Okay. So there are so many such operations. You can use documentation and check these things. Okay. Thank you.